Hey, thought I'd try something different, long form video. So I'm working on this page just over the weekend, mainly because I was bored. And I was thinking I might try do it in color so that it's ready for going up like on Webtoons or something. If I go down that route, and once I've done it in color, then I'll turn it into tones so that I can print it in black and white for Alpha Llama Llama Issue 7. So this is the first page of chapter 7 of Mr. Ted. So what have I got? So that's the lines. I'll call that line. Obviously manga gradient doesn't need to be, and that, I don't know, I'll just put tones. Okay. So we don't need those. I'll show you what I had. So that was kind of my pencils. So I still naturally need to do the raindrops, but yeah, I'll do those. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the kind of yellowish fur thing for Mr. Ted, kind of bluish thing in the background, and this just kind of off-white, and maybe try do that. So we'll start with Mr. Ted, and I'll label that Mr. Ted color. Right, and yeah, so usually with color, I'm trying to get a grain kind of in it. So, go to the color wheel. Just move my little ramen out of the way. Something yellow. That seems about right. So what I like to do is I go to a watercolor, and yeah, wet wash will do. Let's just go to 100. Right. I have to actually do a new layer. That was just the kind of border of my so I'll just put blue line border on that one. We don't need that necessarily. Actually, well, it's not doing any damage. I'll leave it there just so that I know that's kind of the outer limit. Okay, so going with the wet wash in the watercolor 100 brush. So what I would do is just, yeah, wet wash isn't the right one, is it? Uneven layering, running edge watercolor. I'll try watercolor. So just experiment with that. That looks pretty decent. And then I would select it and enlarge it. So that gives me that kind of unevenness, though I'm not. Then you get something like that. So I'll go with my blending once that finishes figuring out that's what it wants to do. and wet bleed blender 100 and just kind of even up that area. Maybe a bit of spray. So I'll just get a slightly darker colour and come in underneath. I'm going to blend that still, so I'm not too fussed about like precision at this stage. Maybe I'll even jump up a larger size brush and it's still like more grain in there, so I might actually go back and let's jump up to 300. What's that give us? I'm liking that actually. I think I'll, yeah, stick with that kind of base and come in with the airbrush and the spray. To give it some shape. People who are better at this than me, you probably see them using masks and layer masks and all that kind of thing. And I've been too lazy to learn how to do that. So that's on me. So if I'll just come over and add a light layer as well. I'm not sure exactly what the lighting in this kind of place is. Like, it's raining, it's kind of dark, so, but he's sitting at the window, so he'd probably still be getting light from here, and I'm not sure, like, you know, are the lights on in the room? Should he have a rim light? Don't know. But that's looking pretty good. So I prefer to use soft. We'll go to 300 for, oh, no, let's go to 100. Might have to come in and just put some shadow, a light, something over that. And then go just outline it. I should probably maybe use the selection pen and go around, but then I'd need to be more precise. And this seems to be doing what I need it to be doing. So, not too worried at this stage. Okay, maybe the pen, the lasso tool will work. It'll get me most of the way there anyway. Yep, definitely going to need to do some more work on that. So we don't want any of that. Let's jump up to a larger brush size. Jump up to a larger brush size again, get rid of this stuff. Alright. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I want to fade the area around here. Like, I don't want a hard border, but I want there to be that border, so I want that area to be faded. So I go to my airbrush, I'll use the soft, get a reasonably large brush and get this kind of, what is it? I don't know, blank. It's like an empty space kind of thing, and I'll use that to fade that. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty reasonable. Just a little area there we could neaten up. Yeah, so this should be A5 size on the monitor. So I'm looking at that, and that looks pretty good. I need to fix up this in the line layer. That's a mistake there still. That's a little bit off color there. It's not necessary. So one issue that I find with that method is I can end up with little spots over the space, but it's not too bad. Okay, so now let's go for the blue. Yeah, go with the blue. So go over to our layer palette and get a new layer. I'm going to drop it below that one, just because I like that order. So if it's closer to the foreground, then I'll have it higher up in the thing. I'll just blue background. Okay, so over to our color palette. So it's going to be the same thing, because I want it to fade. I'll start by having a dark blue. I'll go back and do the watercolor brush. I might try a different watercolor. Running Edge. I use that a lot on my Abyss Fighter ones. I think that worked reasonably successfully. So I just yeah, do that. And I might even just try a little darker fade. Oh, it's not looking too bad. So Same thing. Get it to fill the space, the dimensions. I'll just lower that so it goes all the way up to the top. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So, obviously, memory intensive or something always seems to take a while to click through. So, bring it back up to 11.5 to print size. Let's straight up get rid of this stuff in the eyes. And I might even just do that. Good thing about digital, if you think whatever you just did doesn't work, you can always just undo it. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So I want to get rid of, I can just use the thing again. It's a bit high. And boom, get rid of that. Might lower the opacity a bit. Yeah, it's a little more opaque than I want, but when I start lowering the opacity, I get it starts looking more purple than blue. That's about right, I think. I think that's all right. But I might come in with the spray and do a bit of a lighter over it. Stick with 300 just to if that doesn't work, spray. I like to adjust particle size and density or spray deviation just so that there's some kind of slight difference whenever I change, if I'm doing multiple colors over the one thing, so that it doesn't look too uniform. I don't know. What do you think? I don't want to. Yeah, so I might try what I was originally thinking and just using the whatchamacallit, to lighten that. A little too much, is it? Look at that lag, it's not nice. So I might, now that I've kind of done that, if I pop that back up to a higher opacity to get some of that blue back into it. Because I was talking about not too much there. I don't wanna... Is that coming through? Yeah. But maybe I'll use the smudge tool to kind of just turn whatever that is, the stuff coming through, into shadow. Oh, it's okay. We can rub that out later. Yeah, don't know. What do you think? I think I'll get rid of that up there. Maybe I should use the just try and like turn into highlight kind of thing. Anyway, that's so that's not bad, I reckon. So now come up to effect and press tone and either bring it up to that, which I think looks pretty good. And let's do the same for Mr. Ted. So that is definitely darker. Then I'll bring it up to 85, and then actually, before I do that, sorry, let's do that, and let's do this. So I want to keep this, so I'm going to just get rid of everything else and merge these two layers to a new layer, merge visible to a new layer, which I will just title, I don't know, like final color. And then I can keep that because I'm happy with that. And I'll drop that underneath. I'll bring back the paper, bring back the lines. And I'll get rid of that. And then I can go back and work out the tones without losing the color that I already had that I liked. Yeah, so I want some kind of texture in there. I don't want him to just be flat, like when it's like on this 85 dots per inch, I think is what it is. That's very flat. Sorry, that's very flat. I'd rather there was some kind of texture in it, so I'm dropping it back down to something which hopefully avoids moire. So that's 60. Let's see if we keep dropping it down. It's at 43, 33. Yeah, it's too much. It's definitely too much. Whoop. Yeah, so that's something I'm going to have to think about. And then so I need to draw the raindrops falling on the glass. Let's try it with the eraser. Might do it with the kneaded eraser. That gives a where's the blue line? What's the yeah. So that's what I've got there. So might go smaller. It's soft. And use my wet bleed blender to just come in a bit. Yeah, I think that works all right. So if we do that on the blue background as well. And blend that so that is it too much? That kind of looks too much because Mr. Ted doesn't look as obvious. Did I? What's going on? Oh, because that's the blue background underneath it as well. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So I might just do a little bit more of that. blender to... Yeah, okay. Maybe I should just merge those two layers. Yeah, I'll merge it just with the layer below, and that way I don't have to work on two separate layers. Ooh, well, that's more right. No, so let's not do that. Okay. I wonder if I should maybe do a new layer and just work in white. Maybe, yeah, I'll go pencil, real pencil. So I think. What happens if I just do a dot and get the smudge tool? Yeah, it's too broad. Get a smaller one. Does that work? Anyway, how long has this been going for? 32 minutes. Okay, so yeah, we don't need to do too much more. You get the idea. See if anyone bothers watching. But yeah, thanks for checking in if you did watch it. I hope you got something out of it. Yeah. Sorry, I said I was going to stop. Yeah, thanks for checking in. Appreciate it if you hit the like button. Actually, you know, if you like it, that'd be great. If not, oh well, sorry for wasting your time. All right, be kind to each other. I'll see you next time. Bye.